What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we can talk about the disaster class that the Chicago Bulls just went through as they played the Milwaukee Bucks a couple of days ago, and we ended up losing in pretty significant fashion. I just want to quickly discuss what went wrong. I'm not going to go too much into detail today because I think it's very clear how we lost the game, and we'll just talk about that specific thing and why it needs to be addressed in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today or previously, your player of the game. I think that might be very difficult to kind of select because we lose the game 112-91. We got absolutely destroyed this time out. Not really too much else to say, but there's a key stat that I think we can address. Yes, I think we got beat out for points in the paint today. Actually, no, we had more points in the paint, so that's a bit interesting. We had more assists. There are a lot of key stats that we actually did win in this time out against the Bucks, but there's a very big one. There's a very big one that we lost. That was the three-point shot, ladies and gentlemen. Milwaukee shot 43 threes and made 18 of them. The Bulls shot more threes than Milwaukee, Milwaukee shot 43 threes, my apologies, and made 18 of them. The Bulls shot 48 threes and made 10 of them. So a 20% decrease from the Milwaukee Bucks range. Milwaukee shot 41.9% from three. The Bulls only shot 20.8% from three. 8 more threes that the Bucks scored. You could tell how we lost the game. I think it's a very key stat that we lost in. And again, it's, you could win every other stat, but when you're shooting 20% from the three-point line, yet you continue to take them, you will lose the game more times than not. And yes, you can even talk about the Bucks not having Giannis, but to be honest, the way that we were shooting the ball in this game, they didn't even need Giannis. If any team in the NBA faced us with how we're shooting in this game, they wouldn't need their star player. All they got to do is just outshoot us because it's just piss easy at that point. Now look, the Bulls have a very good offense. And more times than not, the offense will probably not let you down. I know recently it kind of has. I think the last 2 games have been very underwhelming on the offensive end. But more times than not, the Bulls' offense will be very good. And I have full faith that in the next game, they're going to bring their A game and it's going to be a strong offensive game. But I do have a problem with this live and die by the three attitude that the Bulls have. You know why I have a problem about this? It's because we've got talented guys that can take it to the rim and get whatever they want in this team. Zach LaVine, massively athletic, massively superior when it comes to attacking the rim. He can attack the rim better than most in the NBA. Yet, we don't necessarily see it as much because he also has so much to his game from the three-point line and the mid-range. But unfortunately, with Zach LaVine, when you don't see him make the threes, there's not much else going on these days. I think he had 14 points in this game. Coby White is a guy that I might have to make a separate video about because he's actually giving me a slight headache with how he plays. Once again, what was his best attribute last year? If any of you are going to tell me it's his three-point shooting, you didn't watch Coby White really that well at all. It was his ability to dribble, penetrate into the paints. He had body fakes like no tomorrow, getting people up on their feet, and making very, 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 very difficult layups. He was elite at that last year. Yes, his three-point shooting was good last year. There were certain moments in the team where he shot over 40% from three. It's an incredible feat, but for whatever reason, we don't see it enough this year. Once again, another guy that's so talented at getting to the rim and making a difference there, and we don't see enough of it. Ayo Dosunmu. I mean, what do we even need to say about Ayo? It's literally his best attribute, how he's able to glide to the rim. It feels so effortless and easy. He makes it look so easy. But it's his best attribute. He gets to the rim like no tomorrow. He's got some craftiness to his layup packages, and it's a beautiful sight to see. Vucevic can be dominant in the post. But why do we continue to persist with this live and die by the three attitude? Once again, we're a young team, so I expect us to learn from this, but I don't personally think it's that difficult of a lesson to learn. When your threes are not falling, I'm not saying don't take threes, but there has to be a plan B, a plan C, a plan D to score the ball, whether it's getting to the line, whether it's getting to the rim. I mean, there's no Giannis, so I know Brook Lopez is there. He's a massive rim protector, but Giannis is one of the best help defenders in the league, and he's not there. So you can find a way to get to the rim, in my opinion. I really believe that. When Brook Lopez is out of the game, you can get to the rim. When Giannis is not there to block your shot, Giannis is not there to help. So I don't get it. I don't understand why we didn't attack the rim as much in this timeout, or why at least we didn't try to attack the rim more this timeout than what we normally did. I know we have more points in the paint, but again, that's because the Bucks were making their threes. They didn't need to attack the paint. Their game plan A was working. Ours was not, and we didn't really strategize for a plan B. It's disappointing, but at the end of the day, I expect the Bulls to be better than this in the future. I don't expect them to score 91 points again in a game for a long time. We'll see whether or not I get disappointed by that, but I think that's the biggest reason why we lost the game. It's because we lived and died by the three-point shot. Today we died. No disrespect, but today we did not win. Today we fell. We fell, and it was because we were shooting threes. Whether it was contested or not, we were still shooting them, and it was not falling today. It reminded me a lot of the Bulls of last season. That's what it felt like. And defensively, I mean, I don't even want to talk about the Bulls' defense. I mean, talk about repetition, man. As much repetition as they get with drills and playing basketball, playing games every 2 days, the repetition of us talking about how bad they are defensively continues. Bobby Portis with 19 points, I believe, in this game. Brook Lopez had 21. Chris Middleton had 21. There were a couple of key guys as well that contributed off their bench. That was very important for them. Guys like AJ Green, guys like White. Rollins had 8 points. Gary Trent had 14 points off the bench in 17 minutes. The list goes on. A lot of guys contributed for them. And for the Bulls, no one cracked 20 points in the game. The Bucks had, I think, 2 of them that cracked 20 points in the game. So I personally think that's where the game was won and lost. It's not the end of the world. I'm not going to sit here and throw a tantrum at it. It's a piss-poor game. It's a game where I felt like there was no strategy. You could put that on the coaching staff if you like. I personally think the coaching staff could take responsibility for this because the live and die by the three attitude. I mean, Billy Donovan never used to do that, so I don't know what made him change his mind and have this live and die by the three attitude. But when it wasn't working, we just couldn't adapt. It's very similar to what Boston did the first time around with the Bulls. When their threes weren't working and they weren't falling, they didn't adapt. They adapted in the second game, but they didn't adapt in that game. And that's exactly how I feel with the Bulls side of things in this timeout. It's disappointing, man. And honestly, I personally don't feel like there is any right to give a player of the game for this one. But if I had to give it to one person, it would be Nikola Vucevic. Statistically speaking, 17 points and 12 rebounds with 3 assists is a very nice return for Nikola Vucevic. So I would give it to him. I don't even know how to say the word that I was thinking of in my head. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Unwillingly, I would give it to Nikola Vucevic. We'll change the word up. But yeah, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys had a very Merry Christmas. The Bulls definitely disappointed, but at least you'll get Christmas Day games very soon. So congratulations. For me, it's technically Boxing Day games. Probably won't be able to watch any of them, but hopefully you guys enjoy them. Have a good one. Let me know what you get for Christmas, it could be a nice little thing to do, maybe get something great, maybe you don't get anything at all. But I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.